Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a great, great day. We are here at Christ Church, and I'm so glad that we get this few minutes with you again today. Hey, before me and her start discussing our topic, I want to invite you to come and be a part of my church. I believe I've got one of the greatest churches anywhere, and I'd love for you to come and be a part of it. We have service tomorrow at 10 a.m. right here in Cape Girardeau, 720 Bertling Street here in Cape Girardeau. So if you're anywhere around, even if you have to get a flight out tonight, you can do it. Come and be with us. We would love to have you come and be a part of our church. So God is doing great things. And why I had the chance to have her back with me, I kept her along. My lovely wife, Diane, is with me again today. Diane, we've been talking about hearing the voice of the Lord. I love what you said yesterday. I can't seem to get away from that God is concerned about what concerns us. That is really true, isn't it?
Yes, and that gives you a lot of peace because you're never alone. You're not walking alone. You're not trying to figure life out by yourself. Even if you feel like you don't have a friend that you can talk to, God is there.
And when God speaks, Diane, so many times we think that, he only speaks to certain people. Or he'll speak to you, Pastor Zack, because you're a preacher. Or he'll speak to you, Diane, or he'll speak to this one or that one. But he doesn't speak to me. I think that's the farthest thing from the truth. God speaks to his people. He always has through the word of God.
Yes, and he speaks to you even in times where you need protection. How many times have you known, maybe you were driving a certain way to work, and you just felt to go a different way that day. And later you found out there was an accident on that road that possibly you could have been involved in.
You think that maybe we just take for granted those moments of time that we don't really give the credit to the Lord? That God, because God is concerned about what, concerns me, that he would speak that concerning me. Diane, you talked about our kids. Well, we got great kids and, love my family. We've got, for you guys that don't know us, we have 3 children that are grown and married. We've got 4 grandchildren and 1 grandchild on the way, which we're real excited about. But, I remember way back there, we had a struggle with one of the boys. We were really going through a rough time and just didn't really know what to do.
When he was a toddler.
He was a toddler. But you know what? God spoke to you about that, didn't he?
Yes, we were praying about it. Actually, we agreed
Yeah.
and we went into a fast. And during that fast, I prayed over him in the night. I would get up and go in his room. And we spent a lot of time in prayer. And at the end of that fast, I really felt some instructions for some things we should do for that child. And we followed those instructions. And he was a different child. He had some behavioral problems that was concerning us, concerning our extended family.
Yeah.
And that child turned around. He was a different child.
Immediate, yeah.
The nursery workers at church said, "What has happened?" And he was just the best thing, and he still is.
Exactly
He's
right.
a nice young
you
man.
would never dream.
Yes.
Would never dream that.
Yes.
And you just said something. You said, I felt. A lot of people are almost afraid to speak or to say, God spoke to me. It's just like I'm afraid to say that God spoke. It doesn't matter how you say it. God spoke to me or I felt. The reality was, Diane, we believe that was a directive from the Lord.
Yes.
That God gave you at that moment. And never will forget it because it was a for us and for him, it was a life-changing moment. And I want to say to you again today, you might be in a spot and you might be alone. You talked about being alone earlier. You might be a single mom that's trying to raise, her kids, and you're struggling with what to do. And you think, God, would you just speak to me? Would you hear me? Sometimes, Diane, you gave a clue in that. You spent a lot of time in prayer. We did. And sometimes you just got to quieten yourself to just know that God is speaking and God will speak to you.
Yes. The clutter of the world can cloud your hearing at times. But if you get before God's sincere heart, he will speak.
That's right. Friend, I know God speaks. and He'll speak to you. Give Him your ear today and let Him transform your world.